welcome to the first off season of my Georgia Bulldogs Dynasty. For those of you that didn't catch the last episode, definitely need to go out and check it as Georgia becomes your 2024 national champions with a last minute touchdown pass from Carson Beck to Oscar Delp with 11 seconds left to take a 23-20 win after leading the entire game up 10 heading into the fourth quarter and allowing Ohio State to take the lead with 61 seconds left. But Carson Beck and the Georgia Bulldogs were able to maneuver down the field in an outstanding instant classic. And we'll pretty quickly go back over the team stats. But yeah, 15-1 now on the season. To finish it off, Carson Beck, outstanding season, broke all the Georgia records, in a single season that you can. Gunnar Stockton was okay in relief. Definitely looking like QB1 heading into next year. ETN, huge year. Running back of the year, almost 1,500 yards on the ground, 11 scores. Branson, 464 and 8. Roger Robinson, 435 and 9. Just kind of click through these last couple of guys in the rushing department. Carson Beck did have 3 scores on the ground, so 52 total touchdowns for him. Outstanding season. Dominic Lovett set the school record for receptions and yards in this year. Delp would have broken both of those records along with tying Brock Bauer's single-season touchdown record, but Lovett just being a heavily focused guy the entire year. We'll take a look just like at his season stats, but I mean his lowest reception total of the season was 3, and pretty much every other game except for the Notre Dame one he had at least 6 in. With 2, 3 double-digit catch games, working out of the slot. He'll be departing. Delp, I imagine, is going to be departing after the season he just had. Anthony Evans really exploded over the second half of the season. The first game he started, I believe, was Texas. So the only loss we suffer, but you see he had a big day there after getting blanked by Florida in a blowout win. Really tore it up towards the latter half of the year. Did kind of have a slower finish to the season. We buried Utah. Didn't have to throw the ball a whole lot there. And Ohio State, he was pretty quiet, but really turned into a superstar there down the stretch of the season. Really looking forward to a full season of him starting. He closed in on 1,000 yards, but ended up a little over 950 with 8 scores. Dylan Bell, really strong finish to the campaign. Will be operating as wide receiver 1 on the depth chart next year. Really strong junior season, assuming he comes back. Again, I don't know what the overall thresholds are as far as players leaving for the draft, but I'm sure him at 85 is not going to hit that. ETN was great coming out of the backfield. London Humphreys was as good as our second slot guy. Urasek and Colby Young was really disappointed kind of in how I ended up utilizing them this year. For 2 senior transfers, I really wanted to get them more involved. It just didn't work out that way. But both were solid. I mean, they each made big plays throughout the year. We got Robinson, Lucky, and Ra as our last guys there. Offensive line, Truss gave up the most sacks. He'll be gone. Ernest Green could technically leave, but I think he's going to be back at left tackle for us. Same with Jared Wilson. Dylan Fairchild, I would imagine, is gone, has the high overall, but would love to have him back. And Ratledge was outstanding this year, played the most snaps along the offensive line, and only gave up 2 sacks. Outstanding player. He'll definitely be gone. Was an All-American. Defensively, a lot of All-Americans on this side of the ball. We'll just kind of go down the stats. In the last episode after the national championship game, I kind of did our leaders throughout the year, but we'll take a look. Kind of let you guys take it all in. Huge seasons by the top 4 guys. Aguero with 4 interceptions, Bond at 132 tackles and 8 picks. No sacks, but 17 tackles for loss. I mean, great season. Raylan Wilson was great. It's his first year as a starter. Humphrey and Everett were both outstanding. Everett was, an award winner, an All-American, 5 interceptions, 3 of those he took back. huge seasons from Brinson Miller and Jalen Walker here. Had three guys in double-digit sacks with Jalen Walker, Kristen Miller, and Michael Williams. Walker leading the way. Uh, Going to definitely be losing some bodies in the front seven of the defense. I think, you know, I'm sure we're going to lose Malachi Starks, but I think we're going to return everybody else in the secondary. But interested to kind of see how that goes. But yeah, just kind of clicking down, letting you guys take a peek at the end. Very excited for KJ Bolden. Assuming Malachi Starks leave, I will be having KJ Bolden operating as our starting free safety. And looking forward to trying to get DeMello Jones from right down the road from where I'm from, getting him some more snaps. Did have an interception in one of the games he played. And Pimba, definitely somebody trying to get working. Kicking wise, 24-31 from Woodring. I really struggled on to kick this year. It's a different thing, but looking forward to kind of getting better at that. He'll be back. Thorson should be back as well. But yeah, I didn't have to punt a whole terrible lot. Return game, Anthony Evans, one returner of the year, did have a kickoff return touchdown against Clemson to start the year. Arian Smith took one back as well, and Anthony Evans also had a punt return touchdown. Who was that against? Drawing a blank on that one. Was against Tennessee. So, again, Anthony Evans, a superstar, very heavily involved. But, yeah, so we took a look at the stats, and we're gonna get things moving. We ended up number one, obviously, in the country, won the national title. Didn't lose either one of our coordinators, at least right now. This is my first time experiencing the off season. But let's save. I did do a save just for the end of the year. I'm playing on the new patch. I know it's kind of messed up some things, but we're gonna roll with it. I don't want to hold things up. Yeah, so we're heading out. Let's see what we got. Cash Jones, of course, looks like he's likely to transfer. Not somebody that was heavily utilized anyway. Players leaving. Let's take a look. See what we got. Malachi Starks, of course, extremely low. No chance at bringing back Michael Williams. Dylan Fairchild is gone, and Cash Jones is looking to transfer. So as I said at the end of the last episode, if guys are getting top 3 round projections that want to leave early, I'm not even going to attempt to bring them back. So even though with a high persuasion chance on Dylan Fairchild, we're going to let him go. And Cash Jones, I'm okay with letting transfer. I got a couple of running backs coming in. We got depth there. Would love to see him get a chance to go play, but those are our projections. I do love that there's a no chance at persuading Michael Williams. A monster year, ended up being a Heisman finalist. But yeah, so that's at least a cool thing, and I think it's great that Malachi Starks is also extremely low. So yeah, didn't send as many people as I really thought to leave early, but at least did get the guys that I was expecting. You know, the big name guys. Carson Beck projected first round. I didn't really realize this means we do have ETN back after winning running back of the year. Kind of one of those things I wish that like a junior award winner get the big rating boost, you know, and decides to leave. But you know, glad to have ETN back. Again, losing, you know, Dom Lovett, Arian Smith as a return guy. Colby Young made some big plays for us. Those guys at graduation. Do get Oscar Delt back, which is huge. Do get Ernest Green back. Fairchild, I'm letting go. Losing Ratledge, losing Truss, losing Stackhouse. I'm losing Warren Brinson. They both played a lot. Obviously losing Michael Williams and Mondin there. Chambliss. So yeah, kind of what we expected. I really thought I might have an extra person or two decide to leave for the draft, but you know, shout out to these guys. A lot of really good players. You know, a lot of national titles won by this group. All these guys at least got 2. Fairchild, you know, ended up being a 3-time national champion. But yeah, very, very excited to move over a new quarterback. It's a year of transition, but I still think we're going to be very good. And again, it's going to be probably a fairly quick off season because I don't really have like a whole lot of like players left, I guess. To like I have everybody that I've been recruiting still at this point has already committed, so not really having to worry about that. let's do. I want to do some of this quarterback stuff. So let's see what I kind of want to take advantage of here with these extra points because there's nothing really I have left here as far as recruiting that I need right this very second. I don't think. Um, let's see. Yeah, because it's going to be a smaller recruiting class this upcoming class. So let's just kind of boost some of these some of this other stuff here. So we'll do linebackers, pursuit, and recognition. And just so I can eventually push for this short and medium accuracy boost, I will do that as well. Closing in on being able to kind of jump down here, which is going, I think, to be some of these will be useful for sure. Probably eventually going to want to, maybe I don't know. I don't know what the next step is going to be, right? So like once we get another top 5 recruiting class, because I should have one this year, definitely utilizing some of this just to continue to really push that recruiting. And I'll kind of mix and match probably some motivator and tactician and kind of eventually moving our way through these other ones. But yeah, let's see. What is this? Talent developer unlocked. Okay, nice. So I can actually do that now. Awesome. Draft results. Let's just take a final peek where these guys got drafted. Offense, Beck, Ratledge each went in the first round. Fairchild in the second. Urasek, Trush in the sixth, and Lovett after his outstanding senior season does go in round 7. So it looks like kind of maybe that 85, 86 overall threshold is kind of what you need to be at to get players drafted. Defensively, 2 first rounders in Williams and Starks. So 4 first rounders in total. Huge. Stackhouse, Mondin, and Brinson also get drafted. I know I did purchase the extra boost for quarterbacks. If I have somebody get drafted in the top 3 rounds, I did that strategically heading into losing Beck at the end of year 1, thinking that he would eventually go in the first round. Kind of take a look. Like, let's see like Shador, both him and Travis Hunter are where it went in the first round. So see, is there like a okay, so there's no like way to nationally look at it. Jalen Milroe goes in the first round. Malachi Moore, only 3 guys for them get drafted. Okay. Just kind of do like a little quick click through here. So 4 guys drafted for Auburn. Let's see. Cal. Jaden Ott did leave, went in the second round. Good for him. Colorado just ended up being those 2 top dogs, okay? Florida, 2 guys drafted. Florida State with 5. So obviously we packed out way more than most of these teams we're looking at here. Did Georgia Tech give anybody drafted? They did not. Iowa, no, they typically have some guys to get another tight end drafted. Kansas State had a really good year, didn't have anybody get drafted. They probably bring back a lot of their guys. Kentucky, LSU, we didn't play this year, had a couple of guys. Miami, a couple of guys there. They turned out a pretty good year. Michigan sent some guys to the league, 3 first rounders, a couple extra guys on day 2. Missouri. Luther Burden had a really bad year considering his overall, but does go in the first round. Brady Cook goes in the 5th. Nebraska has somebody. So yeah, just kind of quickly clicking through. We played Notre Dame, had a bunch of guys get drafted. They were a very, very talented team. 1 first rounder. Ohio State, a lot of players drafted. 2 in the first, including Judkins. Several day 2 guys and a couple guys later on. Cody Simon had an interception in the national championship game. Oklahoma, we did not play them this year. Send a couple of guys to the league. Let's do Ole Miss. We played them. Dart ends up being round 3. Walter Nolan there, round 1. Dylan Gabriel, first round quarterback at 5'11". I love it. Love it. Hell of a player. Hell of a player he really is. So wouldn't overly surprise me if he made a move like into the later day 2 area in real life. But it's a funny thing about Dylan Gabriel. I don't know if many Georgia fans would really remember, but when he was coming out of high school, he was like a 3-star guy that we really jumped on late. late, like after I want to say I can't even remember if at the time if early signing day was a thing at that point in time. It's been so long ago, but really tried to make a late push for him. I can remember it being this a smaller lefty out of Hawaii, and it's like okay, but he ended up sticking with his commitment to UCF. So I've been following his career just because it was so kind of crazy to me. We're going after a lefty, smaller guy, not highly regarded coming out of Hawaii, and but he's had a fantastic college career so far, and I think he's going to do extremely well in real life for Oregon. Um, let's see, Penn State, just one guy. Let's take a look at Texas. Okay, so just four guys drafted from them. They must have brought back most of their guys. Tennessee, just two guys. It was good to see a couple of our guys decide to leave early. That was obviously a major thing, that when it came to NCAA 14, is you would just be able to keep guys essentially like their entire, 5 years. You could redshirt them and they would never leave, never transfer. Um, let's take a look. Just a couple of last little things. If Vanderbilt get anybody drafted, they did. C.J. Taylor. Okay. So yeah, interesting look at that. Transfer portal and off-season recruiting. So we've got everybody on our list committed. With freshmen not really showing up under position changes. Like I wanted to move Craycraft inside because I know that like our team needs. The screen ended up being a little weird. So like it says I need a left tackle, and I didn't technically sign one because I signed 3 right tackles and stuff like that. So we'll see kind of how that plays out. Hopefully I don't end up with a bunch of walk-ons and stuff that I can't take. But yeah, we'll take a look kind of at. So this is just the prospect list of who is left. Okay, so this guy. So transfer juniors. I mean, he's a transfer portal guy. He is. Okay. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that prospect list was not something that got really confusing there. So, let's see. Positions of need that are major. I mean, we can take a look at quarterback, but I'm very comfortable with what we've got there. A guy from Wyoming. Like, I'm not interested in either one of these guys. Oh, sorry. Actually, we don't want recommended. Well, I want to see some of the big dogs, but nobody's really here. We're locked out for a lot of these guys for different things, I guess. Coach Prestige. Why am I locked out of these guys? Doesn't make any sense. Just out of curiosity, just kind of weird. Okay, so nobody at quarterback. Running back, I'm good. Just take a look. Darius Taylor, excellent player out of Minnesota. Jalen White from Georgia Southern has us top, and I don't need any running backs. Looks like he may end up going to Auburn or North Carolina State if they decide to go after him. Don't really need a running back. Just kind of peeking through. Okay, A.O. Manor had a huge year at Stanford in the game, but doesn't want to come here. Let's see, Joseph Manjack from Houston. I don't really need any wide receivers. Is there a tight end maybe? Jack Vealing from Michigan State. Michael Trigg, still around. I don't really think we need. See if there's like an offensive tackle, somebody that maybe. Nope. Okay. Really kind of surprised that we're like locked out for a lot of these guys. Doesn't make much sense. Like I can't. I don't know. Okay. Anyway. Guard, high 4-star from Virginia Tech here, Montavious Cunningham. Not necessarily a need. I was basically looking for like a Caleb Downs type of like sure enough major player. Essentially I would be looking for like a 5-star transfer portal guy that I'd look to bring in. So, I mean, we got cornerbacks and stuff that I'm comfortable with. I'm good with our free safety room. Maybe would not, because I'm bringing in a couple of free safeties. And I do have, certainly planning on playing KJ Bolden there. So I got a couple of guys, 2 5-stars. So yeah, not really looking for anything. So we're the number 1 ranked recruiting class right now. I guess we could drop if Texas is still going after somebody, but just the sheer amount of players that I think I'm already going to have to cut, I'm good. I'm not really looking for anything. Just see if there's any movement with the transfer portal guys, just out of curiosity. Nobody's really committed yet anywhere. Okay. Sorry, this part's going to be a little bit more boring than it typically would be, but with me pretty much already filling out so many players. I mean, having 28, I think I ended up only losing like 19 guys. I'm going to have to cut some players already. And nobody really stood out to me from the transfer portal at, major positions of need. This team is very young. So, I mean, a lot of freshmen, sophomores should be a pretty strong junior class again on the team. So, could have some people leave. So, we'll take a look at that. We'll see. We ended up getting some XP there. Okay. Let's see. National Signing Day. So, we ended up with the top class in the country, just barely edging out Texas. Tennessee finishes third. Penn State 4, Auburn 5, LSU 6, Ohio State down at 7, USC at 8, Alabama at 9, and Miami fell out the top 10. Just kind of scanned through a couple more of these. Florida at 16th. So, yeah, don't know exactly what the schedule is going to shake out with this year. Upcoming thing, would obviously love to play Texas again. Because I've got to get my revenge on that. At least I'm hoping. Position changes. Let's just see if I can even, are my freshmen? My freshmen are not going to show up. So that is going to make kind of how tackle and stuff is going to end up being weird, I'm sure. So that's kind of the only thing I was really worried about with that. But I guess we'll see if they end up making me sign a whole bunch of walk-ons and whatnot that I then can't cut. But so because I can't use the freshman position changes, we'll just skip on to the next week. Training results. So let's see where we stand here. And this will now be the first time we get to look at our freshmen as well, as Trevor Etienne jumps up 5 overall, I believe. So he's showing a 94 overall here. 92 is his actual overall. Quarterback, Gunnar Stockton is an 81 base, 84 with the boost. Will definitely be our starting quarterback this upcoming season. As we still can't look at our freshmen, I guess, just because it's training results. Branson, Roderick, everybody's looking good there. So that is a really, really solid running back room. Wide receivers, nothing crazy here. Anthony Evans gets a pretty good jump. I think he's up 6 overall. Dylan Bell didn't go up much. Humphrey's up a little bit. Tuggle with a 4 overall jump. Jacoby White, 5 overall jump. Cole Spear jumped up 6 or 7 right there. Snelling jumped up 8 overall. That's crazy. Delp barely moves up. Lucky takes that's a big jump for Lucky. What is his, so he's got star development. I wonder if Riddell, is this just impact? He's got star as well. So Riddell didn't jump up that much. Lucky did, though. Ernest Green way up. Left tackle is looking really good. That's looking really nice. Micah Morris getting to start as a redshirt senior is a 93 overall, or 90 overall, but 93 with the boost. Drew Bobo has overtaken Jared Wilson. Okay, we may have to take a look. That might be something I have to look at. Jarrett Wilson's they're similar pass blocking, but Jarrett Wilson is a pretty significantly better run blocker. So I will probably still roll with him. He was really good for us last year. Bobo's just a better athlete. That's really the overwhelming difference. Uh, so we're gonna roll with Wilson, and Bobo can be a senior starter, hopefully with no injuries. Big jump for Kelton Smith, easily. So got two good guys there. Easily is a redshirt freshman, already up to 84 base, 86 with the boost. That's huge. And Uini takes a big jump because I really was expecting Hewley to be the starter there. Hewley's a better pass. Well, they're pretty balanced. He's a better finesse. So that might be. We'll see. We'll see. But Uini's a better run blocker. He's probably going to be the starter there as a redshirt freshman. That's huge. I guess the big thing would be there's no mental ability there. And just to be on the safe side, I know they said that quarterback, like nobody was getting mental attributes. Okay, so that'll be a difference having Beck at quarterback. Christian Miller with a big jump after a monster year. Tid, nice growth from him. Yates, good growth. Jordan Hall, definitely ready to be a starter for sure as a redshirt sophomore now. Jamal Jarrett takes the big leap as well. Good player there. Damon Wilson, pretty good leap. And Pimba jumps Chris Cole. Bowles is now our highest rated middle linebacker. Him and CJ Allen have both jumped ahead of Wilson. Wilson is going to be a starter. So no worries there. Justin Williams is a redshirt freshman, already 86 overall. That's insane. Jalen Walker takes a good jump. Is 90 with the boost. Okay. God, this team is so good. Ever didn't jump up at all. I think he was already in 88. Some good jumps down here. A lot of really good cornerbacks. Free safety. Aguero will be playing a strong safety for us. I probably could have moved him over, but we'll just play it out. Let's see. No huge boost there. Big boost for Thorson. All right. We are about a little over 27 minutes into the video. Sim and pass training results. Okay. So now this is where things start to get dicey. Encourage transfers. Okay, I only have 10 people to get rid of, so that does make me feel better. So let's just take a look at this position by position. So Vernon comes in at a 75 overall quarterback. Okay. I'll keep all these guys. Newman, don't plan on ever playing just because he's not a real player. But he's not a real player that came with the base roster. Running back. We definitely have some guys here. Temple's already a junior. He's not a real player. Yeah, we'll get rid of Temple. Okay. So Kobe White, 68 overall. Oh, actually, sorry, while I'm doing this. Easy comes in at a 76. Tobias in there at a 77. What is Vernon's number? Number 7. Okay, I can live with that. Easy comes in at number 10. Tobias at number 5. Really excited to take a look at some of these guys in practice here in just a little bit. That'll kind of be what the end of the video is. We'll set up the schedule, and we'll do a little practice with some of these new guys here. So yeah, we'll keep the rest of these running backs at least for right now. There's our fullback wearing number 14. So he's the same number as Gunnar Stockton. I might try to utilize the glitch to kind of change his number there, but I don't plan on using the fullback. So I have a really hard time seeing Zakovi White playing for us, but we'll get rid of this redshirt junior guy that's, I mean, at best he'd be our 5th wide receiver. but he's still going to be behind. Even the next year's a redshirt senior. He's going to be behind those three guys if nobody leaves. And then, like at that point in time, I'd be trying to utilize one of these younger guys. We'll get rid of Cole Spear. Can I get rid of Snelling? Cannot be transferred. Okay. Khalil Blank is also coming in at number 14. I'll have to. We had to figure some things out. As I knew we would have some issues with these numbers. Having three guys in the offense, number 14, Lucky, number 7, and Vernon's number 7. So I might try to do some things. I'll save and kind of see what kind of maneuvering I can do on that. But anyway, we'll keep things pushing here. Whitaker comes into the 75, and he is number 1 overall. That's great. AJ Mix comes in as number 3. They've got to figure something out with these numbers, man. Like number 18, number 16, and number 12 for my 3 recruits I brought in at tackle that's great. Okay, so I still got to get rid of some guys here. Okay, let's see. All right, let's get back to focusing on that, and I can worry about jersey numbers myself later on. Yep, nobody there. Nobody here. Gabe Harris. I mean, it's a 79 overall junior. Don't really want to cut him. I know we got Corey Thomas, a redshirt junior that's not going to play here. So we will encourage him to leave. I still got 7 people I've got to find a way to get rid of. Reggie Hobbs comes in, okay. Yeah, these jersey numbers are a mess, guys. Holy cow. I'm sorry that's bothering me so much, but holy smokes. Okay, we'll push through that. All right, so I got 7 guys to get rid of. I know I have another. Dismiss. So I'm definitely going to have to go after a punter. That'll be one thing this year. All right, let's come back through here. I think I have to have 4 quarterbacks. We'll go ahead and get rid of Sidney Arrington. He's not a real running back either. So that leaves me with 6 running backs, so we're good there. Wide receiver. That's 4, 8 wide receivers. I just don't know if Sokovia ever plays. We'll try to hang on to him for right now. I can't get rid of any of these guys for some reason. Yeah, this is tough. This is tough. Jaleel Donald. I mean, what are the odds he plays much at all here? It's a redshirt sophomore. Let me think. Jaleel Donald is also not a real player. Yeah, we'll get rid of him. So can't get rid of any of them. Still got 4 guys I got to find a way to to lose. Because, like, if we're being honest, like, at this point, I don't really see Impemba playing. You know, he'll be like a secondary player on this roster. Probably never going to be a starter, but don't want to just send him on his way. Gabe Harris as a junior would maybe replace Jalen Walker next year. But even then, would I just go with one of these younger guys? Yeah, we'll send Gabe Harris out. Cornerback, I'm not getting rid of DeMello, I can tell you that. Chris Peel's a redshirt sophomore who's going to kind of just get lost in the mix, but we'll hold on for now. I mean, Justin redshirt sophomore. We got 4 other guys there. So redshirt, yeah. It's where it gets tough. I should have tried to not maybe recruit quite as many players. Still got to get rid of 2 guys. Golly. Sorry, this is taking me a little longer than I thought it was going to. Okay, so I'm keeping these running backs. Chauncey Bones is somebody I would like to use down the line. We're getting rid of Sokovie. So can't get rid of any more of them. Can't get rid of them. I don't want to get rid of any of these guys. Gonna need both of those guys next year. No. Like in this situation, like you kind of just make a choice. I feel like between, because I got freshmen and a junior guy right here that, I mean, give me the depth and stuff that I'm looking for, right? So a guy like Merriweather, it would make sense for him to want to transfer. He's a redshirt sophomore with now a redshirt freshman likely to start over him with another redshirt sophomore better than him. So that might be where I go, to be honest. Trying to think about situations that also benefit the team, but also kind of make sense from a real life perspective. This guy would want to transfer in this situation, right? He's already been in the program a couple of years. Doesn't look like he's really going to play much. Let's do that. I can always recruit more. Get rid of Merriweather here. Sorry, bud. So yeah, we're at our 55 now. So not going to do any custom conferences. I know that is supposedly causing some problems as well. So we'll advance. We'll get things going here and see what I know they're supposed to be giving you what your realistic schedule is for the upcoming year. Anything that's set in stone. I'll do recruiting and stuff kind of on my own. We'll take a look. Okay, so play Oklahoma State at Oklahoma State, or not at Oklahoma State, but at Allegiant Stadium, Las Vegas, Nevada. Okay. Take a trip to UCLA. I know that has been canceled officially, but we'll roll with that. So 2 road games, or not technical road games, but 2 games away from Athens to start the season, with 2 bye weeks, really quick there. I don't know if that's necessarily what I want to do. Why don't we do, can I take this game away? I believe that was Charlotte, and I'll move, see if I can play Charlotte here in this matchup. I can. So we'll just move the Charlotte game up. That way we don't have multiple buys right there early. Kind of don't like having the bye week at that spot before Georgia Tech, but I don't want to have 2 buys that early in the year. So we'll have the bye week before Tech, I guess, but we'll rock with this schedule. So playing Oklahoma State in Las Vegas, then at home against Charlotte, and then go on the road to the Rose Bowl to take on UCLA. So as of right now, we're ranked number 1, got a number 10 ranked Oklahoma State, 15 UCLA, 13 Texas, 22 Ole Miss. Some of these guys will probably end up being ranked sometime around here. And Alabama is ranked number 2. We get them at the back end of the year before we finish off with Tech. So a lot of road games right here in a row. We start off the year, so we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 6 home games this year. I guess that's part of taking. I have no problem though going to a neutral site game and making things maybe a little bit more interesting. But yeah, we'll save that. We'll stick with that. We'll take just a quick glance into recruiting. A whole lot of hours to use. Again, I'll be very, very specific. Right now, I only have 9 juniors, so I could definitely have some juniors decide. No, 9 seniors, so I could have some juniors decide to leave. I mean, I can't make this a gigantic class. I have 45 freshmen on this roster right now. So, and not a whole lot of sophomores either. So this will probably be a smaller, very highly focused class on just a couple of different positions, so probably won't be as exciting. But let's. Oh, I can't do. Okay, so I a cannot do a practice. Why don't we save right quick? I'll do UGA 25. And I'll try to mess around with numbers here for a minute just to see if I can get some of those to clean up a bit. I don't know if this works after the latest patch, so it might just be where I just have a whole lot of awkward number situations here. So like Vernon right now, okay, Vernon's number 6, so maybe, okay, so Vernon went from 7 to 6. Let's see if the numbers kind of fix themselves. Tobias is now number 1, which is fine as long as he's the only one on the offensive side. So he went from 5 to 1. Easy went to number 10. Percy Breeze. Let's see. That all looks good. Yep. Yep. I wonder if that, like the numbers I was seeing, was maybe their position ranks as recruits. Because this looks a lot. This looks a lot better. A lot better. Okay, so none of those. Okay, yeah, this. Okay, yeah, I'm good with all this then. This is much better. That might be what it was. Is I think AJ Mix was showing is like number 3. I think he was the number 3 guard in the country. So if that's all that was, then I'm sorry for the stress I kind of put on myself. 66 numbers look a lot better now for sure. Still wish we could change them, but that's not something that we can do. Ooh, Craycraft took Michael Williams' number. Deion Atkins there. Okay. Yeah, I like how we ended up with. And yeah, so I don't want to like really change around too many people's like, you know, their looks and stuff. I kind of just let them have whatever helmets and whatnot that they come up with. I'll let that just kind of be their style, as long as it doesn't just, as long as it's not atrocious. But we're at the 42-minute mark here. You know what? We'll go ahead and do a little recruiting. Screw it. All right, so needs. They say we need a quarterback. So, again, there's no reason not to go after top dogs. Probably going to be a very, very small class. So, if we got a 5-star guy here in Keldon Leonard that already has us number 1. So we'll just kind of do this quick fast. And he is a 5-star GM. Oh my goodness, this is a guy. So this will be 85 speed at 78 medium accuracy is not phenomenal, but a really good arm, good athlete with really good mental abilities. I mean, that platinum field general is going to be huge. So we will definitely be all over Leonard. That is a definite. Says we need a running back. We'll have ETN for sure leave. Would not surprise me if one of the other backs leave. So we'll just kind of take this position by position based on need. Okay, so the number 2 player in the country, Reed McGinnis, does have us with interest, but we are low down for that. Which, we'll have. You never know. Okay. An elusive back. What is McGinnis? Power back. I got a couple of power backs, so maybe going after like a different look here may actually be a good thing. We'll take a look. So we'll take a look at the top guy here, even though we're farther down his list, and we'll take a look at these guys right now that have us at number 1. McGinnis. I need to at least go after him. A 5-star gem. Okay. So we will definitely offer him a scholarship. John Hart isn't overly fast. Might hold off on that for a minute. Decent size, decent speed. Safety valve, recoup. I think I'd rather go after Steinberg, I think. That safety valve may be, it's a receiving back. It's a different look for me. So we'll just go ahead and offer both these guys scholarships. None of them committed. Okay. We're definitely going to go heavy after Leonard. That'll be the bigger shot there. So it's not saying we need any tight end, or excuse me, wide receivers, but is there a excellent wide receiver that really wants to play for us? So not a great wide receiver group. Diego Pineda. I would want somebody maybe with some speed or size. So a physical guy could be a good run after the catch guy. We'll take a look at both of these top end wide receivers and see if maybe one of them pops. It's 5'11", 207, kind of a weird, almost like a running back build with good speed. Catching traffic is not high. Route running is not great. Catching is good. At least his medium route running is not great. Deep route's okay. Okay. Okay, so this guy's decent speed. He's a bigger body guy. Good spectacular catch. Decent enough hands. I'll probably go after him first. Pineda has us first, right? Yeah, we'll offer to see if he commits. He does not. So I know it says we need a tight end. I love recruiting tight ends, so I'm all for it. Get an athlete. So both of our guys in this past class were blocking at tight ends, which is not what I want in this one. I want more of a vertical threat guy to match with them. So like it looks like Goodwill's probably going to be our top guy. Just see if there's maybe possession. I probably could deal with possession too, but I don't need another blocking tight end. Let's see what this tight end gives me here. He is a gem. Okay, so he is going to absolutely be getting looked at. Looks like he wants to stay closer to home and is actually his deal breaker. Okay. Okay, so we'll. So tight end, still need some offensive linemen. Let's see, one tackle and 3 guards. Again, we're shooting for the moon. No reason not to. That's a nice one to have. 5-star guy there at the very top. We'll do Pride, and we'll look at Myrie here as a 4-star that has us high. Sorry. Now we'll go to offensive guard, third, and second. So again, I don't have many spots available, so I'm going to be definitely picky with these guys. So he will get one. Roche is a 5-star, is definitely going to get a scholarship. We'll go ahead and offer him. I'll add. That was my offensive tackles. So now let's go to guard. 5-star Jim. He's absolutely 100% getting an offer. Okay, so maybe I don't give him a scholarship. Okay, so both of those guys are not great. He's got good abilities, though. Low awareness, not a great athlete. Run blocking is awful. Pass block is only a 70. Run block only a 74. Like, what is this guy's? Run block 77. Pass block doesn't show on there as far as that. Okay, we'll come back to guard right quick. Want to make these positions count. Make these guys count majorly. So we'll take a look at Andy's got us 4th. Kerr's got us 2nd. We'll just take a look at him, see what he's looking like. Okay, so this guard class is less than spectacular, at least as of right now. See what Andy is working with. Okay. Rock with him. Not let me reorder him. Okay. So not interested in either one of these guys. Trying to be picky is always interesting and different. So Minzy, we could probably make a push for. Really just don't want to have any of the bus when I'm already using a lower class or less people in the class, I guess. But he's not bad though. Power guy. Ooh. Come on. At least don't be a bust. There we go. Okay. Means he's showing a bust, but he's not. Doesn't stand out as being bad. We'll offer him a scholarship. I know I'm gonna have to get a center for sure, right? Saying I have 3, I'm losing. I need to get a center. That's Bobo will be essentially a 1-year starter, even though he's a higher rated than Wilson. I'm going to start Wilson. So only one player in the country is a center. Okay, I can rock with it. Take a look at a couple of these guys. So he is a bust. Total. Rock with that. And if I don't find really like another center, I'm okay with leaving that other guy on there. Center kind of goes downhill pretty quickly there. Take a look at Gutierrez and Trainer. Yep, that'll pretty much. Yep, okay. So we'll get rid of Renshaw. Go back here and offer scholarships to these 2 guys. We're at 17 people, so I need to cut some of this down then. We'll come back to it. So there's no point in going after a whole ton of these guys. So I'm looking after a couple of guards. I need to find another guard though. That will be fun. All right. So defensively, what do I have? Defensively, just defensive end and outside linebacker, but I do need a couple of guys at both of those spots. So we'll probably go through this, and then I will just take a look myself and see if there's anything in particular that I'm maybe looking or want to kind of replace, but we'll hop out after that. Look at Fajardo, another Shaughnessy. Deshaun Knott already has us at 2nd. They're like a 5-star guy that would maybe be interested in talking to us. Not particularly. Okay. Well, there's only 3 of them. Now we'll jump to outside linebacker. Which one is it in particular, just in case the position changes thing is still not working? Right outside linebacker. Okay. Oh, that's a good one. 5-star guy that already has a second. We'll add RJ Washington here as well. And let's add him. Yeah. We'll add a couple of these guys that have us high. And then let's do our scouting on the defensive lineman. Okay. He's definitely worth giving the scholarship to. As long as they're not a bust, I'm okay with sending something. Okay. Added a bunch of linebackers here. 5-star, not a bust. Okay. He's gonna get a scholarship for sure. Be another one to get a scholarship. He'll get one. Give him a scholarship. Not a whole lot of busts at the outside linebacker group, and we need to bring in a couple, so no problem doing that. So yeah, I'll make sure we utilize the rest of these hours. I'll make sure I'm not missing somebody that's really standing out. I mean, if some of these guys like here want to come play for us, then we can definitely add a couple of more of these guys, and I'll take a look at them. But yeah, we'll hop out for right now. I'll do some of this other stuff behind the scenes. Wanted to I'll do a little bit of practice with some of these guys and whatnot. Off video, and I'll kind of give you guys a little bit of feedback. But yeah, really excited. Start year 2. It's a very different roster, still a very talented roster, but it's a very different roster than what we had last year. You know, a new starting quarterback. Running backs are largely the same. We got a different looking wide receiver room. Delp is back at tight end. I wasn't really expecting that. He did not really get much better, but he was outstanding last year, so it doesn't matter. So, different group there. The offensive line has got some changes at both the guard spots and at one of the tackles. The defense is going to look similar. The defensive line will definitely look different on a snap-by-snap basis. Outside linebacker room, losing Michael Williams. You're losing Mondin on the inside. So different guys are getting a chance to play. We still got some of our guys that made a bunch of plays last year. Defensive back room is going to be largely the same. Bolden will be taking over from Malachi Starks. That's kind of the big difference there. But, it's a new year. I think next year is when you really start to see a huge difference, but a different roster for year 2 than what we had in year 1. But I'm excited to bring it to you guys. This will be coming out on a Friday when you see it. So we'll have week 1 against Oklahoma State will be coming out on the Sunday. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. I know it was not the most exciting offseason. There wasn't really anybody in the transfer portal I was looking for. We already had a huge class. Still had to cut 10 people. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. I'll do some more recruiting and stuff off screen. I maybe try to get a little bit of practice in with you guys to maybe take a look at the freshmen and stuff that we have. I don't want to hold y'all up too long while I'm just doing this recruiting stuff. But you've seen the schedule we got. It's going to be a tough one, especially to start the year and towards the back quarter of it, at least right now. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. And, if you like the content, like it, subscribe. Check out the Tulane Dynasty I also have on the channel. But yeah, thank you guys. Till next time. Peace.